Today, I have a story to share with you called The Voice of the Jungle. In the heart of a dense, mist-covered jungle, where sunlight barely touched the forest floor, there lived a gorilla unlike any other.
His name was Koba. Koba wasn't the biggest in his troop. He wasn't the strongest either. But what made him different was his voice.
Every evening, as the jungle quieted and the night creatures began to stir, Koba would sit in his favorite wooden stump, his studio, and speak. Not just random sounds, but stories. Stories of survival, unity, loss, and hope. At first, the other animals didn't seem to understand him. A talking gorilla? It was strange, unnatural.
But curiosity is a powerful thing. A parrot was the first to listen. Then, a curious monkey.
Soon, even the cautious deer stood at a distance, ears twitching, drawn in by the rhythm of Koba's voice.
Every creature has a story, and every story deserves to be heard. Night after night, his audience grew. He told the story of the old elephant who walked alone after losing his herd, and how he found strength in solitude. He shared the tale of a tiny ant who carried 10 times its weight.
Until he realized something simple, yet powerful. Sometimes your voice is your greatest strength. The jungle fell silent that night, not out of fear, but out of respect. From that moment on, Koba wasn't just a gorilla. He was a storyteller, a voice, a connection between creatures who once lived separate lives. And as the neon glow of fireflies lit up the dark jungle, Koba leaned forward, smiled, and said,
"Welcome back to the Jungle Podcast, where every voice matters."
But one night, something changed. The jungle didn't gather. The air felt different, heavier. Koba sat at his wooden stump, waiting, listening. No rustling leaves, no quiet footsteps, no curious eyes in the shadows. For the first time, no one came. A quiet doubt crept back into his mind. Was his voice only special when others were listening? The night grew deeper, the silence louder. But Koba took a breath, leaned toward his invisible microphone, and began anyway. Tonight's story is for anyone who feels unheard. His voice echoed through the empty trees. He spoke of resilience, of showing up even when no one applauds, of believing in your voice, even in silence. And though he couldn't see them, hidden in the darkness, one by one, the animals had returned. Not in front this time, but closer than ever. Listening, feeling, understanding. Because this time, the story wasn't just something they heard, it was something they felt.
By the time Koba finished, the jungle wasn't silent anymore. It was alive with quiet emotion.
And from the shadows, a small voice whispered,
"Tell another one." Koba smiled, because he finally understood.
It was never about how many listened. It was about reaching the ones who needed it most.